Hey everyone, it's Brendan the Paleo Dude, and welcome back to another unboxing and review video. Today we'll be taking a look at the Epic Evolution Strike Attack figures. This lineup, I think, is the second or third lineup. I haven't been keeping track of the Epic Evolution assortment as much as I have been the previous ones, but nonetheless, I was heavily looking forward to the Kaprosuchus. This is my favorite one from the lineup. The paint job is phenomenal, and the action feature is absolutely just so smooth, so nice. Both bottom and top jaw open and close, which is really cool. It can stretch even further. I don't know if mine specifically is just like this, or if all don't open like this far, though it would be super cool if it could. I'm hoping to get another one, so maybe we can compare them. And yeah, no, this is a solid figure. Love the sculpt, love the stylization. It is absolutely beautiful. And you see on the back of the box, there's the beer belly raptor. I did not pick that one up because that one is ugly and I already have one. So, and then the Guaibasaurus. This one is actually believed to be either a basal sauropodomorph or an early theropod, and obviously Mattel designed it after an early theropod. It has little webbing on the hands there, which is really cool, and also has a very smooth action feature where the bottom jaw actually does close, which is really nice because this is a upgrade from previous Mattel smaller figures like the Guarasaurus, which did not have that feature where the mouth opens and closes when you tilt the head down. Though I wish this one did, because I think that would look really cool on the Guarasaurus. But nonetheless, we do finally have such a fun action figure feature on a smaller action figure. And then the Tuojiangosaurus. So this one has a really cool action feature where the tail actually rotates and the spikes kind of smack to the side, which is really nice. And this is a really premium figure because, lo and behold, the tail has paint on it. Usually Mattel doesn't do that, but there is not one, not two, but three different paints on the tail. Excellent job, Mattel. A+ on this one. Though the eye is lacking a pupil, I think they just cut out a bit of the green and use the background coloration on the eye, probably because they used up all their paint prices on the rest of the body. So yeah, even the detail on the top of the figure, holy cow, they did not need to do that, but they did, and it looks nice. So we'll immediately jump right in with the Caprosuchus because this one is definitely my favorite. Oh, there's one more thing holding it in. That's fine. We'll just kind of wrench it out. It says, yeah, it is in the river environment, and it looks like on the package the jaw is open super wide. And let's see if we can get it to focus. That's pretty wide. And it can like stretch a little wider to fit things in its mouth. The teeth are amazing. Kaprosuchus is known as the boar croc for obvious reasons. This guy lived in the Cretaceous in Africa, and the figure itself has some posability in the back legs. And slight posability on the front legs, but it has an action feature, so they're not as fluid. And the detailing on the body is great. You can see it has the typical croc armor with some extra spikes on the front legs. All the way down to the tail, there is phenomenal detail on the scoots. And yeah, no, this is a solid figure. The length of the tail and the proportions are really nice. It's got very long legs. It reminds me of the Postosuchus figure in just terms of like build, though Postosuchus is a little lower to the ground, but it carries the same weight as you can tell what prehistoric croc it is, where it's not super stylized and has its own identity. The Prehistosuchus, on the other hand, is more of an extreme, where it's more of a stylized figure. You can see it's got like this fish-like fin down the back, and the head resembles more like T-Rex. So this one is a little less realistic compared to the other two, but nonetheless, it is really neat that we're getting all these crocs with running legs. So next we'll move on to the Guaibasaurus. So also has 3 things holding it in. There we go. This is another solid figure. I love the colors on this. You can see it has this white stripe that's basically the bottom jaw, goes down halfway to the back. Despite the tail not having paint, I don't think for this figure it needs paint on the tail because it already has a striking paint job. It's very eye-catching, and even the legs here, you can see the stripes on them, make for a nice kind of break halfway through the figure, where the color doesn't like disappear fully. The legs are black, so it's more balanced in terms of like the paint job. When you try and close the mouth, the head goes forward. That's because it's all kind of linked together. The chomping system, you can like spam the chomp. It very much reminds me of the larger figures with this action feature. It also works when it's standing up like this. Ooh. Okay, maybe don't do that. And like I said before, the fingers have little webbing in between and are posable, which is nice. And the detailing is pretty decent. Well, more than decent. I love the ribs. They stick out. Lots of little bumps, kind of like a lizard down the back. And then it has this crazy kind of spike quill dual mane going down the back. And I don't think we have the skull of it, so they kind of just winged it, I believe. But it looks beautiful. It looks nice. It kind of reminds me of the Alioramus in terms of like the build. Actually, Alioramus looks a little fatter. There's someone that it looks closer to. Maybe Monolophosaurus? No, it's pretty unique. Potentially even the, I don't have him, what is he called? The Jurassic one, Ornitholestes. I think the tail and the neck kind of proportionally remind me of that. But yeah, this is a great figure. I love it. Very solid new species to the lineup. And then finally, Tuojiangosaurus. I think this guy has been in a few of the video games. And apparently they have been living up in the mountains. But that tail action feature is really neat. So when you press down on the front legs, it rotates, but also kind of swings over. So you can hit predators. I wish we had a large Stegosaurus figure that had this action feature, because that is actually like pretty neat. Maybe they'll reuse this in a larger mold. But yeah, this is probably one of Mattel's like most pristine painted figures, because the tail has so many different paint applications. I'm saying that as there's like 3, but I'm not used to this many colors being on the tail. And not only that, the pattern is striking. It's very intricate and is even on the top of the figure, which is crazy because you can't really see the top of the figure with the spikes, the plates in the way. But they decided to do it anyways, which looks fantastic. And then, yeah, inside one of the spikes, you can see the scan code there. All the figures obviously have the scan code. The Caprosuchus is hidden in a flap like that. And then I think Gubby over here, yeah, on the back. So there you go. I love the new action feature. No need to press a button anymore. No need to do anything but press down on it. I think this was a gimmick in the previous lineup for the electronic figures, and they just reused it for these smaller ones. So, solid lineup of new species, definitely worth getting, especially the Kaprosuchus. That's a huge fan favorite, but the rest are equally as quality. Mattel really went all out with this small lineup. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next one. I've got a few more things to unbox. And yeah, ciao for now.